Your vibes are trash. Here are some brutally honest truths about dating and making friends that nobody has told you yet. My name's Oliver. I'm a coach that's been helping people overcome social anxiety, build confidence and social skills, and find the relationships of their dreams for over 5 years now. I've helped over 100 people from around the world, and these truths are what I've learned from that time that I'm going to teach you right now. Number one, nobody gives a fuck about you. In reality, there's probably only a couple or a handful of people, if you're lucky, in your life that actually care about what you do with your time. And that might be some very close friends or family. Now, for some of you, you don't even have that. Well, this might seem like bad news that nobody gives a fuck about you. Oh, this is a very cold, uncaring world. But nobody gives a fuck about you because at the end of the day, you don't care about people that you don't even know. Right? When you walk down a busy street and you're passing by like hundreds of strangers that you will probably never talk to or never see ever again, do you care about them? Are you like worrying about them, making sure that they're doing okay and really hoping that they're getting after their hopes and dreams? No, you don't care at all. So the same goes for other people to you. You're not special. I'm not special. Nobody gives a fuck about you. Now, this is actually a really useful truth if you understand it in the context of social anxiety, because social anxiety is the fear that, oh, we're so afraid everybody's like watching us and judging us and like, trying to figure out our flaws if we're so important. But in reality, nobody really gives a fuck about you. That socially anxious monologue going on in your mind, your ego, it's lying to you. It's not actually accurate or true. Nobody really gives a fuck until you give them a reason to, right? If you piss them off, they're going to start giving a fuck about you, not in a good way. But if you also make their day, make them a little bit happier, they're going to start to actually care about you even a little bit. But if you never say hi at all, nobody's ever going to give a fuck about you. And that's just how it is. Number two, you suck at communicating. For most of you watching, you have a terrible speaking voice. You're not good at entertaining people when you speak. And nobody really wants to listen to you because of that. You're probably also not very articulate or easy to understand and clear, and you're probably also not communicating stories or ideas in a way that's compelling to listen to. Now, the good news about this, that you suck at communicating, most people do, is that it's a skill you can work on. You can actively get better, and in fact, it's not even that difficult to get better at communicating. You can learn a few different principles about how to maximize your speaking voice, how to share a compelling story, how to inspire emotion inside of people that keeps them hooked, and just asking really great questions, right? Becoming a really good conversationalist. These are pretty easy to learn skills, but of course, you're never gonna stop sucking if you never learn them or you never take action, you never actually invest the time and the money to learn those skills, which by the way, massively high ROI, return on investment on those skills in your career or whatever it is that you do. But this is something that nobody teaches us in school. There's no real communication course in public school. You're just kind of expected to figure it out. And most parents aren't good at it either, so they probably didn't teach you much here. So this is something that you need to invest in if you want to succeed socially. Because if you understand that nobody gives a fuck about you, and then you suck at communicating, how are you going to get anybody to care about you, to want to be your friend or to want to go on a date with you if you're a bad communicator, right? So we got to fix that. Number three is also quite brutal, and it's that your vibes are trash. Meaning that a lot of you probably walk into interactions feeling anxious, insecure, uncomfortable, low self-esteem, low confidence, uncertain. Those are not great vibes. Those are not the kind of vibes that are attractive to people. Now, you got to understand, I say all of this with a sense of humility because I was at the very bottom of all of these things for very many years until I learned how to turn this around, okay? I was the kind of guy that would walk through the world mumbling, trying to hide from anybody seeing me and yeah, people ask me how your day's going. I'm like, it's good, I'm trying to be cool, acting all fucking nonchalant. That shit's bullshit, by the way. But my vibes were fucking trash. I was walking just like this depressed, slumped over loser, right? I would just make people feel heavy. And I would just be negative and stewing and thinking about and being overly critical about everything. And I would just bring the vibe down everywhere I went. So guess who wasn't getting invited to the parties? Guess who wasn't the one getting the text to come along and do something? Me, because my vibes were trash. And for you, it's probably not too far off either. How often are you walking into a room and elevating the vibe for everybody there? When's the last time you've done that? Right? When is the last time, instead of you going somewhere and just like hoping or wishing somebody would come talk to you and make your day better, are you the one being a leader, making people laugh, making people smile, making people feel safe, warm, appreciated, anything like that, right? And if you're not doing that, it's because your vibes are trash, man. And when you learn how to transform your vibes and generate really good feelings inside of yourself every day, you become a fountain, a source that overflows with good energy, and people will literally just start coming up to you, wanting to get to know you, wanting to hang out with you, inviting you to things, opening up opportunities for you, because you just make people feel good automatically. This is one of the best hacks there is, transforming your vibe, your energy, from becoming super repellent to very magnetic. Now, so far this list might feel a little bit harsh. It's also because it kind of is, but sometimes those harsh truths are what help us. And in fact, sometimes these harsh truths can work in our favor. Like this next one. The bar is extremely low, okay? What do I mean? It means your actual competition for being somebody that people want to hang out with more than the average person is actually really, really easy to do. As long as you can make people smile and make their day 1% better and just be generally positive without being a huge drag, you're already doing much better than the average person. Most people are insecure. Even the ones that appear confident, they're incredibly insecure. Even the YouTubers you see on this platform who speak with such confidence and clarity and certainty, the moment the camera's off, who are they? Right? You won't know this until you actually go and meet these successful YouTubers, as I have done. I've met a lot of them, and I've seen beyond the mask, and it's shocked even me. That's besides the point. The point is that the bar is actually really low. And you only have to get your vibes at least like decent. You don't even have to be like amazing vibes and excellent communication skills. You just have to like have okay vibes and like passable social skills, and you're already doing better than most people. Most people suck at this stuff. So that's another good news. The bar is extremely low. Stop us putting everybody else in a pedestal, assuming everybody else has it together, assuming everybody else really knows what they're doing all the time. Most people really do not. Even if they appear successful, you'd be shocked once you see beyond their mask. Number 5, nobody's coming to save you. This is absolutely true in pretty much every part of life. Nobody is going to magically knock on your door and be like, hey, John Doe, get up with me. I'm going to teach you how to be a good communicator. And I'm going to change your vibes around and help you build the social life and relationships and help you get into it. Like, nobody's going to do that. Nobody's coming. You're probably alone. The good news is that you have the power to do something about it. You're not a weak, helpless victim. And the parts of you that tell yourself that are mistaken and are running on false pretenses, false beliefs. You're not helpless. You can do something about it. You can improve all of these things. And you can get help. Nobody's going to come save you, but you can reach out for help. People like myself, I'm a coach. People pay me money. They hire me to help make this process of improving all of this so much easier. Rather than trying to figure it out all by yourself and try to hold yourself accountable, shit, you probably can't even hold yourself accountable to like do 5 minutes of meditation a day or go to the gym like even once a week probably. I mean, how many times have you set forth to do this new positive thing for yourself and then you create these tricks of the mind and you fall back in your comfort zones and your vices? Well, it's probably because you didn't have an actual accountability system like myself, like a coach or like a really good friend keeping you accountable. These things are kind of necessary if you really want to see the kind of growth that you want. Excellence in any domain, it requires getting somebody who can mentor you and make sure that you're following through with the right stuff. I play pickleball. I love it. I've met pro players. There's not a single pro player in pickleball or any sport that hasn't had elite coaching that they hired, that taught them the right things, not the wrong things. Because building bad habits is almost as damaging as doing nothing. As well as holding them accountable to make sure that they're showing up and they're doing the work every day to actually get the results they're looking for. Coaching is quite valuable. I personally invested in it massively, and that's why I was able to crawl out of, I was at a point where I was so low, I was ready to kill myself. I was so lonely. I had no prospects for dating. I had hardly any friends, no close friends. I didn't really feel connected to my family. Felt just so completely alone. I was very suicidal. Well, let me tell you what, had I not hired a coach to help me, nobody was coming to save me. I had to do something about it. The next truth, you are lying to yourself. You have this wonderful built-in mechanism of your mind called your ego, your thinking mind, your frontal lobe. And this wonderful creature is constantly lying to you. If you deal with social anxiety, if you're struggling to maintain healthy relationships, I bet there's a lot of this going on. For example, every time your mind tells you, oh, I'll just do this later, and then you don't, you're lying to yourself. Every time you tell yourself, oh, that person, they don't really want to talk to me, I'll just be a burden, and oh, I'm just not good enough to talk to them, you're lying to yourself again. Every time you try to tell yourself, oh, it's not that bad, when it's another lonely weekend spent home alone, doom scrolling, watching porn, by yourself, your hopes and dreams of having a family one day slipping away, oh, it's not that bad, you're lying to yourself. Let's be honest, it's absolutely horrible. It's miserable. So these are 6 brutally honest truths. If you want more content to help you thrive socially, to be able to become the person who can attract a wonderful social life and a wonderful dating life, to one day build a family, subscribe, like. One single video will not change your life. Make sure that you see more of this content. We need to reprogram your thinking over time. And the only way you're going to get that programming is with consuming more content. So subscribe.